Okay, so you may not recognise where I am, but this is Wales. Obviously I'm up behind an old farm wall right now, but if you said carp fishing and Wales, they don't go hand in hand. Sceneries, long weekends away in a cabin, rivers to go and catch some barbel, long nice walks and rolling hills. That's what you would think of Wales. You wouldn't assume that, you know, Wales has got some hidden gems and it's got some real good fish in it. And over the last few years, Wales has produced some proper carp. And I've got talking to a mate of mine, someone I've known for a few years, and they basically told me a bit about a lake, and it sparked something inside me, and I just wanted to know more about it, wanted to know where it was. But I'm one of them people, I didn't want to pester him, but he gave me a little bit of information and I had not a lot to go on. So Google Earth come into play, a bit of Instagram searching and whatever. So I've had a good look around basically on Google Earth. I've come across this mountain in this area because he didn't give me a pin or a location or whatever. He just said it's somewhere there. So I was like, right, okay, that's fine, it's fair enough. So Googled Earthed it, and a bit of a landmine really. There was little pods of water everywhere, so I spent the whole day pretty much wandering around trying to find this lake, and eventually I found it. There it was, this lake that was in the middle of absolutely nowhere, a mile and a half from the van, and I was absolutely buzzing and blown away of all things, because, you know, how is this lake the way it is? It's got weedy, it's gin clear, there's no one around. But most of all, how have these carp got in here? I'm yet to see them at this point, but with the limited time that I had, having to get the kids from school and stuff, I popped the drone up and there they were, sat there right in the edge, together, side by side, and I was just blown away. And it's not until you actually sit there and take it all in and think about it, and why are these carp here? And how do they get here for a start? But we'll get into all that later on down the line. So yes, I found the lake, buzzing. I've gone home, I've got the kids. And that evening, I've sat there thinking, I've got to get back up there. You know, there was something about that lake that just drove me insane. I didn't stop thinking about it. And after seeing what I seen on the drone with the 2 carp, you know, I was blown away. I was shocked by it all. So that was it. Loaded the van the next morning, did the drive up, pulled the van up, got the kit out, and that was it. I was on my way back across the mountain, traveling as light as I possibly could. The walk there wasn't easy. You know, you've got to be really careful. I told 2 people exactly where I was going, just because A, it's remote for a start. There's bogs, there's uneven ground, there's no phone signal. The one side of the lake is really strange. You get to like one area of the lake, there's just no signal, it's just dead. It's not something that you can sort of just, oh, you know, there's a mountain, let's go walk across it. You know, you have to be prepared. I had some little bit of food with me, some water, and basically the essentials, but the bare minimum. Travel as light as possible. So I've got to the lake and I'm just buzzing. You know, I've got rods with me this time. I've got some bait with me to put in as well. And I am just in awe of the place. So I've walked around and I found them right in the edge once again. So I've set a couple of rods up. A few hours passed and they seem so spooky. They're acting like normal natural fish should act, not like, you know, fisheries where they're pressured every day. So again, gone home, reset, got all my stuff together, rigs ready to go, and again more bait. So I've gone back up and I've applied a bit of bait basically by this tree, just because I've seen twice the big one was sat there. So I thought, well, this is the only tree overhanging the lake and it's got to be something that they're going to visit. So I've chucked in a bit of bait there, and sure enough, I've turned up and the big one was sat there blowing out some bubbles right over the top of the spot. So I've gone around, put the rods out, and again sat there. And this time around I had my mate Dan with me, and we've stood up on this high bank looking down over the lake, and because of the glare and the wind coming across the top of the lake, you couldn't really see anything. You could just see like shadows. So we've watching these carp for about half an hour, 40 minutes, and it just made it very obvious that I wasn't going to catch them over the top of that bait. They probably haven't seen bait. I don't know when they were last caught. So I thought, right, I'm going to stalk one of these out. It's the only way of doing it at the moment until they get more of this bait going in, and if they see it a little bit more, they might get a bit more confident. So I've grabbed the rods. I've placed 2 rods either side of them. They soon spooked off. And we've gone back up onto the hill with Dan, and I'm sat there, and all of a sudden there was this massive explosion, and it was an absolute one-toner. So check this out, this was mental. Oh, shit. Fuck. Oh my God. You done now? You done? Oh my God. Excuse me. Can you twist it and then undo it? Oh my God, we're away. I can't do anything with it. Oh my God. That rod was absolutely screaming when I went over there. I don't know when this has last been up. I don't know anything. Oh, this is such a buzz. It's a smaller one. It's definitely the smaller one of the two. I just noticed that on the one side of the fish it's got like a busted hip or whatever, a bit of a bump on its side. Definitely the smaller one, which actually eases me a little bit. Oh, look at that. Mate. Oh my God, this is the coolest thing ever. Come on. Oh, mate. Oh my God. So look at it. There she is. Absolutely nailed as well. There you are. I did not expect that at all. Right, let's sort it out. Well, I can't quite believe it, but look at that. Angry Welsh mountain mirror. This is the smaller one of the two, but you can't knock it. Look at the state of that. I don't know when it was last caught. I've only ever seen a mat shot of the bigger one, and yeah, I'm absolutely blown away. Such a sick fish, and it's just in my mind now that bigger one, imagine what that bigger one's going to look like. But I don't want to take any credit away from this fish, because this is a proper one, and yeah, I'm over the moon. Absolutely buzzing. It's a bit of a hot day as well, so we're going to get it back quite quick, but check that out. Even though it was the smaller one of the two, the bigger one, which I originally have gone there for, I knew it would probably have pushed right to the other end of the lake, because, you know, that's his buddy, that's his mate, he's been with him God knows how long, and all of a sudden, you know, I've landed him, and when he doesn't know where his mate is. So I've packed everything away, I've gone around and applied a bit more bait in the edge on that deep spot by the tree. And I said to Dan, I said, let's just put the drone up quickly before we get back, because I want to see if I'm right, if it's pushed to the other end of the lake. So I've popped the drone up, and there it was in this small little tiny like crack of the lake, in the shallowest part of the lake, tucked in the deepest, darkest corner you could possibly find. And there it was, the big one, and it was unbelievable. Some of the footage I got, I even think I got footage at flanking and stuff like that as well, which was amazing to see. And I just knew that the information I got given was correct. And I didn't weigh the smaller one of the two. I think it was 24, 25 pounds, something like that. But the bigger one, I believe for it to be 36, 35, something like that. It's a half linear, short, stumpy little thing. But, you know, I've got to scratch that itch now. I've got a few more nights coming up, which means I've got not a lot of sleep if I want to come up and have a go at it. And it's like this morning now, I've gone up, I've done a couple of hours fishing, and, you know, nothing happened. There was a random bull turned up out of nowhere giving me the evils. I put a bit more bait in, I'm stalking them, trying to get them at the edge again. And I'm here now talking to you, telling you about it, and I've got to shoot shortly to go and get my kids and then take them off to swimming. So yeah, the buzz is there, and hopefully the next time you see me now, I will be holding that big gun. But that is a proper Welsh Mountain mirror monster